Good Wednesday evening, folks. Boy, I'm happy to see you folks in here. And Pretty and Pooch have had a busy weekend, busy week. We've been busy, and I got a good feeling that for the next month and a half, we'll be busy. We had us a bizarre convention this weekend that we participated in, and of course we had to set up shop, and we peddled our merchandise and then some, and it was a big event. It was in the Burleson Chamber of Commerce. That was one of our bigger ones that we've participated in, and we did pretty good too, actually. But it's also Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas is coming up, and man, we're getting all kinds of stuff already starting to roll in. Baby just said coming in here, Baby's getting behind. You better get after it.
Because, first of all, good evening. Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
Yes, thank you all.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
We
just had something come up on our chat, but
hopefully you guys can hear us. It says having trouble connecting, but anyway. Yeah, I walked in and he has some shirts that he's supposed to add just some little something on the front. And I looked down on the ground after knowing all these other orders that he has. And I'm like, have you not you're getting a little behind?
Woo, yeah. I may have to hire somebody.
Shit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Kickapoo.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I do have, and it ain't a lot. It's just a few shirts that somebody wanted to add something to them. So I've got to go back and add to it, which is no big deal. Take care of your customers. That's what you got to do. But along with that, we've been getting bombarded with some other stuff, Christmas shirts and whatnot, and our own little deals that we're trying to do. Boy, and like Baby said, we'll mess around and get behind if we don't watch it. Our Baby says you'll get behind, right?
That's right. You took on all that mess. I did my show and had all, and you helped me press some of those shirts, but had everything, and we were.
Hey, but that's a good thing. That's what keeps you going. But it's kind of making me think I might have to take a day or two off from my real job just to get caught up and play catch up here, which I don't mind. That's all right. I got plenty of time to use, so we'll. And again, holidays are coming, so golly, I can't believe it. Here we are coming up on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and a new year is coming. Woo!
I don't know about y'all, but this time change, man, for reals. Like, I tried to act like it's just an hour, no big deal, but I'm tired.
Me too.
I don't know what the deal is.
They talk about you gain an hour of sleep, but that's crap, because you go to bed an hour later, but you still get up in the morning at your normal internal clock time, which is way before you need to be getting up. And there ain't no hour gain of sleep. You're losing an hour still, is the way I look at it.
Something.
Because I'll wake up and get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning thinking it's time to get up, but yet the clock says it's freaking 7 almost something.
Yeah, and then we come home straight from work and take a nap like old people.
Oh yeah, we got in that bad rut of wanting to come home and take a nap, and that's kind of, even though I'm not complaining too much because I like my nap.
Yeah, but thinking back when we were younger, we talk about when we were younger and thinking about a nap. That's dumb. And eating supper at 4:30.
Yeah, blowing and going, and get home at 2, 3 in the morning, and get up at 6, go to work, and do it again the next night.
Sometimes hungover when we were younger.
Oh Lord, yeah, for sure.
Nowadays, there's no way. I mean,
that ain't no lie. But I know we probably need to run through the list here. Maybe want to scroll up and see who all's in here. I know Elaine, welcome to my kitchen's in. Thank you, ma'am, for always being here. Mm-hmm. And I surely hope you have caught up with your rest, because you have been busy for a while, and felt bad for you. And I was thinking of you and Piggy, because I know what it's like. And but you were doing a good thing.
Eileen, so yeah, thank you for sharing all the time. You're so sweet. Barb's Country Home.
Yep.
Good evening, Kickapoo, Crafty Cat, Back Road to Freedom. I still haven't heard from you, Justin. Glad you're here. Let's trade paint.
And there's Piggy.
Piggy is in the house for sure.
And Kickapoo.
Old Man King Homestead is in.
Yes, sir.
Who else?
Let's trade Treasure Hunter. Howdy, sir. Yeah, I don't know why your post didn't go through. But 12 Stones. What's up, Byron? That's she chopped the post and it said it had trouble connecting, but maybe she'll try again. Who else we at? Treasure Hunter.
Gene River Homestead.
Howdy. And there's Demolition Man.
Brian.
Yeah, he's Demolition Man now. That was a good stunt too. If y'all didn't know, Brian is a stunt man. So
is that right?
Yeah, he pulled off a good stunt. At least I'm not even going to share it because he may have something to do with it, but he sent me a part of it. So I thought, cool. Heck yeah.
Steve C is here. We're glad you're here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, look at Brian. He says, I wish I could be there to help you print some t-shirts.
Boy, howdy.
Well, you know what? No, Brian, don't feel bad because them shirts that I asked him if he's got caught up on them yet, sitting there and
kind of sitting in their abandonment, huh? That's because I brought them home from the show that we did this weekend. I just, along with it, we didn't even put our stuff up until the next morning.
Yeah, we were exhausted.
We got up early Saturday morning and we're out and gone. Got home. What time did we get home Saturday evening?
6.
Really. Yeah, and we just left.
No, 5:30.
But we left everything inside the truck loaded until the next morning, in which we got up to go to church and thought.
And then we're getting ready. Mike walks out and he's like, we haven't unloaded the truck yet. And my car,
Yeah,
But we got to watch our service online, so that's good. Tamara Brown is here. Hi, Tamara.
Good evening, ma'am.
MT Homestead. Mike and Terry.
And Terry. Welcome in. Appreciate you folks being here. And MT Homestead is up next. Right after FBC, Pretty and Pooch.
Linda Peterson is in the house.
Howdy, Linda.
John Wiggs. John, thanks for popping on to my show Monday night. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Gary Team Casho Australia is here. Hi from Oz.
Welcome back. Appreciate you joining us. Old Man King. Yeah.
Looks like a lot of people saying hi to one another.
Oh, yeah. There's Beth. Howdy, Beth. How are you, ma'am? And yeah, a lot of folks saying howdy.
Tina Ladybug is here.
Well, hello, Tina Ladybug. But man, yeah. I'm just trying to get active here. This time change did mess us up a little bit.
Yeah,
but
and Steve C says it's total crap.
Boy, hopefully one more and that's it. I hope.
Can't do it.
But I hope
Ray B is here as well.
Who?
Don Ray B.
Don Ray B. Welcome in. Oh, well, I'll wait till we get down to the bottom of the list here because there might be some more in there that I caught.
And she says, I walked in just in time. Gets up at 4 a.m. now instead of 5. Yeah, it's the truth. It's kind of
telling you.
We're all discombobulated a little bit.
No, Pooch is discombobulated. I took yesterday off to go with my dad to the doctor's office. So Brazos Valley Soaps, welcome in here. Howdy. But I've been taking my dad to the doctor lately. He's got skin cancer.
That last time too.
And so I had to make another trip with him yesterday. And of course that's an all-day affair. And but I have such a good time actually. Even though we may be sitting there in that waiting. There's Oak. Well, howdy, Oak. Welcome in here, ma'am. We may say, and by the way, Oak, good show earlier. my heart goes out with you for what you received yesterday, and I completely understand where you're coming from with that, for sure. And if y'all haven't watched Oak's latest video that she put up not long ago this afternoon, y'all go check it out. But good show there, and I fully agree with you, and my heart goes out with you. But it's amazing to sit in a doctor's office where you meet some other folks, and a lot of these folks are, because my dad's 81, and some of the folks in there are dealing with a lot of the same issues, and they're older folks as well. But every time I've gone with him, especially yesterday, I have had the most greatest conversations with these older folks that are raised in a different time than we are, but yet I wasn't raised in that time, but I was brought up by parents that were raised in that time, and just it's comical almost to hear them talk about the old days. But I completely understand it, because I know my dad was raised that way, and then me being raised around my grandfather, his dad, I just know those ways. But to hear that woman talk yesterday, God, it was just funny and hilarious. And a lot of those folks, they love to carry on the conversation with someone that'll just sit there and listen. And of course, I'm going to listen, because I'm going to talk too. And talking with them, they're talking to you as if they've known you for years and years and years, which is quite all right, because by the time you're through sitting in there chatting with them, you feel like you've known them for years and years and years, which is the most coolest thing.
Yeah.
And it makes me wish I could stay in contact with them sometimes, or not sometimes, but most of the time, because it's just an awesome thing to hear, our seniors talk about times, and them to bring it up and share with you, and you to sit there, and you may not understand squat, but as long as you're sitting there with them and talking, they feel like they know exactly what they're talking about. But I tend to know what they're talking about, especially when it comes to getting your butt tore up for something you did, and you knew you was going to get it, and you did it anyway, because that was the majority of the conversation that this woman carried on. But it was great. Dad made it through his procedure again. Go back in 2 weeks. But like I told her, and like my dad knows, all you got to do is call, and your son's coming running. And that's how I am. So that was good. And I enjoy spending time with my dad anyway, even though it may be sitting in a doctor's office. It's still getting that time for sure.
Chef Sean is in the house.
Chef Sean. I'm going to guess probably cook up something good there. Huh? Butch Bundy?
Butch Bundy.
Howdy, Butch Bundy.
Oh, it says Three
thank
Mississippi
you.
Sent me.
Thank you, Three Mississippi, and
Very
thank you for
nice.
coming over.
Oh, Brian. Thank you.
What's that?
The side girl you got there is so cute. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I had a nap, and oh, no.
Oh, yeah. We both just,
His hair.
we always come in and say, well, I got to get me a quick power nap.
Yeah.
Which is usually warranted. So we missed anybody?
I do that with some markets too. Sometimes the days are too long to unload. Someday, yeah, Brazos Valley soaps for real.
Woo-wee.
It can be. I mean, it's so much fun. You meet so many people. I mean, and I've been trying new things. I know last time I said I hate people, but it's not that I have to retract that. It's not that I don't like people. I love people. I just don't like going into a place where I don't know anybody. It's just I'm an awkward eccentric soul, but going to the show, the craft show, met a lot of really sweet people, and it was fun.
A lot of good networking goes on at those places too. So, which
Thank
is
you,
always
Linda.
good.
Linda's pushing for the thumbs up.
Yep, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for pushing for those thumbs up. And I was on track for some other direction to go with this, but it clean slipped my mind other than what we were talking about. But
Backwoods Mindset is in the house. Maddie is
Maddie,
here.
welcome in, sir. Appreciate you for sure. Maddie's my buddy too. Love that man. He is a good man, Maddie. One of the good ones for sure out there.
Who else? So I'm just trying to catch up. Hey, there's Tristan.
There's
Hi,
Sonny.
Tristan.
Welcome in, Sonny. We get
Almost to the end.
But Pretty had a good show this week too. And Pretty actually has some good shows coming up this month.
Yes, you guys have to come on Monday. Okay, so I finally. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
You know, her show this past week was good because the season that we're coming into, to where, and I'm sure y'all all are aware, and there is some of us amongst each other that could always use some help of some sort. But she had some guests on last night that are with their on her show last night that Monday night that are promoting their little way of giving back to the community, and it's Gifts of Hope.
Gifts of Hope Burleson.
Gifts of Hope Burleson, which they've been doing this for a few years now, and as well as our church is big time into the community. And I wish we did some of the things that we used to do amongst our church. But they're not. I'm not going to say a particular searching for people, but they're really well at establishing some guidelines and for folks, because like they said last night, it kind of struck me in a way at first where I thought, wait a minute, but then the way they put it made me kind of realize, some folks aren't ready to receive blessings, and I had to think about that for a minute, because of course, like most of us, you and I, and I'm willing, and if I can, help anybody. But you not only can't help everybody, but there's some folks that aren't ready to receive that help from you for reasons unknown. But
I mean, I think some reasons that are
pride.
Pride. They've never been in this situation before, and
there's a lot out there that haven't been
to accept help. But there, if you're on Facebook, you can look for their Facebook page. It's called Gifts of Hope Burleson, Texas. It's a little red circle and it says Gifts of Hope. And they have adopted a family. And this family, I believe the dad just had a 17-pound tumor, a cancerous tumor removed. And I think it also nicked his spleen. So he had to go back into the hospital to, I think he was in there for a week or whatnot to get rid of that infection. And so they're just falling on hard times like a lot of us have or does or will. You never know.
And could at any given time.
Yeah. So it's an amazing organization. Again, it's the Gifts of Hope, Burleson, Texas. It's a Facebook page. They have the lists of, I think, the children and their needs and the family's needs. They also have a niece that's living with them. She's 22 and she's taking care of her uncle, I guess, while her aunt, his wife, works. I don't know the entire story, but I just know that they are a family that has been in a world of pain lately, and so they need some help. So that was my show Monday night. I was kicking off the month of November with some thankful, giving, hope and love sort of themed shows. And so this coming Monday night, you guys really, if you can and you want to, of course you don't have to, but on my Facebook page, No Judgment Here with Tish Ross, it's a 2-hour special, and I have several guests that have been the most talked about or the most popular guest. They are coming on Monday evening. They're going to give a quick recap. It won't be long, so we don't have enough time, but a quick recap of why they were on the show the first time. And since we're in the month of November and it's a thankful month, where are they now in their lives? And they have so many great stories. And the one thing that's super unfortunate, and I'm going to try to say this without crying, but two of my guests that one in particular, she was a client of my daughter's. She had cancer, and she found my daughter because she wanted her to do her eyelashes. Well, my daughter's 22. She was so intrigued by this woman. Her name is Jennifer. That the first day that she did her lashes, she called me and she said, "Mom, I met the nicest woman. I want you to meet her." And Caroline doesn't do that with actually any of her clients or anything. So we scheduled a time to go and meet. We went out to eat one time, and then another time we went to her house, met her dog, Henry. She's a single woman. And she was so incredibly accepting. I mean, hate to use the no judgment, but you could feel, because I am an awkward, different soul. I am really deep into people. When I get to know you, I want to know all about you just because I care. I like to ask hard questions, interesting questions. I just want to know you, not out of nosiness, but because that's who I am. And so,
in a respectful way.
Oh, absolutely. And so I asked her, she asked me, she told me that Caroline had told her that I had a radio show, and that Caroline had mentioned that she should come on and tell her story. And I said, of course, I would love for you to come on. So she came on to my show. Her name's Jennifer Pelletier. She came on to share that she was going through breast cancer. I believe it was stage 4. And she had had a double mastectomy, and the cancer was coming and going, and she just a beautiful human being. Well, Caroline and I were supposed to go to her house a couple of weeks ago to have lunch. And I think it was when I got COVID that I was texting her, and I was texting Jennifer, and I said, "Hey, I have COVID, so I don't want to come and share those germs with you or whatnot. Let's get together in the next couple of weeks." And she said, "Okay." She goes, "I'm actually in the hospital because I'm having some fluid taken off of my lungs and around her back." And then I texted her just last week, and I told her about the Thankful show and it's Where Are They Now show coming on. And I didn't hear back from her. And a couple of days ago, I got the message from her family member on her Facebook page that she passed. And so I'm doing a tribute to Jennifer, and I'm praying for strength that I can get through and tell her story. She's young. She was 45, I think, or 46, maybe 48. Sorry. But she, a beautiful woman, and I want to pay tribute to her because a lot of people have asked about her. And this coming Monday is the Where Are They Now Thankful show. And I was just in shock when she didn't text me back. And then when I got that message that she had passed. And so my daughter is devastated. She had a huge impact on my daughter, and just in myself, and anybody that she met. So, and then the other lady that I'll pay tribute to is, her name is Amanda. She was a TikTok speaker, or what do you call them? TikTok influencer.
Yeah.
And she's
doing good things too.
Yeah, she was doing excellent things. She was talking about having, she had uterine cancer, and how the cancer was obviously in her uterus, and it was also attached to her kidney and her liver. And so they couldn't remove her uterus, because it was attached to her bladder, just different body parts. And so the day before she was supposed to come on, she passed away. And I had been in constant contact with her over the phone. So, but I'll, want to pay tribute to their lives and give my thankfulness to them for doing the Lord's work, really informing people, women, of uterine cancer and how important those doctor's visits are, as well as breast cancer. It didn't run in Jennifer's family. She didn't want to have a mammogram. She just said, I'm too young, but she found out when she was in her early 30s, I think. So anyway, I hope all of that to say, I hope that you guys will join me Monday evening. It's 7 Central Standard Time to 9 Central Standard Time. It's a 2-hour show, so it gives everybody some
And no
time.
judgment here with Tish Ross, and
Yes.
it does broadcast live on her channel. And if Elaine is able to, you can post that link as well. Would appreciate it. And that was one of the things we just got worked out finally, because being that it was through
my radio
syndicate
station.
radio station, we had to, get the permissions and all in order to host and show that over on her channel as well. So, but that's done now. So all of her live broadcasts will be live, show up as lives on her channel. No judgment
and I'll
here.
start posting promotions for them. I didn't this past Monday because I am not a tech savvy gal, and I was on my own Monday evening, and so I
had to give it the once over on her own.
I just wanted to make sure
she did it though.
Yeah. So, and Mike will be with me Monday evening, responding to all comments, and if we have any questions, he'll let me know and be reading out those questions with me. So he's going to be busy with me Monday evening because I want to stay engaged with my guest, and then if there are questions or comments, Mike will help me and either read them out or I'll read them out.
Send them text, copy or something, but for sure.
So, and Brazos Valley Soap says, I didn't know this, but so many elderly people go on an average 2 weeks without speaking to anyone.
I'm telling you, it does. And it's so sad. And I just love our seniors. And I've always been, attracted to them just for the reason, and I'm not bragging because of saying that I have a heart for them, but, I've learned and observed enough to know that that's all they want and need is some interaction most of the time. And it could be the simplest things, but they appreciate that. And they just want that type of interaction with somebody because they are homebound or stuck in home with no family. And but to you folks out here that are watching and listening as well, I know some of you folks have some good stories yourself, and feel free to reach out to me or even Tish. I believe her email's on there. If you wish to share, please do, because like her channel says, no judgment here, and we don't hold any judgment, and we are happy to lend the ear, hear, share whatever it is you may have that you want to put out there, and that's quite all right.
So I'm going to go back to some of these comments here.
12 Stones, I saw you, buddy.
Eileen, welcome to my kitchen, says people think I am a very quiet person when they first meet me. Once they know me, they realize they were wrong. Being awkward is my specialty, Brian. Me too, man. I'm just a weird person. It's okay. Kickapoo
Byron's
says,
a good young man too, though. I love what he's doing.
I just order my groceries online and go to Walmart, pick them up. I would do that, but I'm worried that they won't pick out. I'm kind of picky, but that they'll pick out some.
Why does it sound like a motorcycle's running through our land? Did you hear it?
Brazos Valley Soap says the hardest thing about moving off to college was not having someone to give me hugs. My whole family is huggers, and being 5 hours away was so hard. Oh, I know, right? I read somewhere, actually it was in one of my teachings when I was teaching parent classes, that a hug touches the core like no word ever could. It touches the soul like no word ever could.
I'm going to take a look real quick.
Okay, sure. I'm going to keep reading while
funny.
He's going to go look out. Butch Bundy says, it is so nice seeing people with similar values helping each other out. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What else? Did Burleson get hit with storms? We did. We did get hit with storms this weekend. And I guess, see, anybody that's here in the Tarrant County area here in Texas, supposed to be one more sort of muggy day tomorrow, and then Friday, the bottom falls out. It's going to be cold again. Let's see. Piggy says, I've sold life insurance at one point in my life and only missed one sell in the few weeks I did it. The fact that I'm not too into interaction. Pride. You're right, Tamara. It was pride.
Well, I'm surprised, Piggy, because I bet me and Piggy could carry on a conversation for hours.
Kickaboo says, I am from the older generation where affection was never shown. Same. My dad just couldn't. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't say the words, and he couldn't hug. But that's who he was, and it's okay.
And some of those that wasn't used to that type of affection and hugs, when you give that to them, you can just tell that it opens them up and shines a new light in their eyes. Just like, I came from a family like that.
That was very affectionate, touchy, puggy,
and still are. There's not a day that I don't. Well, anytime I see any of my family, we always hug and kiss one another.
Mm-hmm.
But
so it was kind of funny when Mike and I first got together. This is really funny. And then I'll go back to comments because I know we've missed some. Rick Giovanucci is here.
Howdy.
I like saying your name. When Mike and I first started dating, and then we started our dating relationship, we started having a relationship. I noticed that he was very much a hugger. He's very touchy-feely, and I'm not. And also, he likes to give, like, rub your back, massage. This is really funny. Massage your back, your head, legs, all the things. And so at first, when he first started trying to massage my back and stuff, I was like, please don't do that.
Paws off,
and really, I do believe, and it's not anything against my sweet hubby. I love him so much. It was, I believe, a combination of not being hugged by my dad, and also being raped by a husband, so an ex-husband. So I believe that there are triggers there. But so Mike had told me when we were dating, he said, "Oh, I'm going to get you there. I'm going to get you out of that." And so there were times we would sit on the couch, and I would have my legs laying across his lap, and he would massage my legs, and we would both fall asleep on the couch, or he would massage my back, but most of the time my legs. So I started liking it. And now
baby throws her legs over me, and I'm over there.
Yeah. And I'm like, babe, where's the massage?
Yeah.
But you can, like Mike said, it's very noticeable that I know that it was very, I told him too that it wasn't anything against him or anything, but that those things had happened to me. And so I wasn't but now I'm like, babe, what the heck happened? Where's my massage?
But I still love on her.
He does.
And massage her and all that too.
All right, let's go back and see what we missed, babe.
Yeah, because it's kicking along. I'm watching that little bar on the right grow higher and higher steadily.
Aw, Brazos Valley Soap says that her grandparents are in their 80s, but even then, and her great-grandparents were very affectionate.
Yeah, my parents are in their 80s, and boy.
Susie Jacobson's here.
Howdy, ma'am. Susie and...
Mm-hmm. Tamara says, a lot of people are struggling. We help where we can.
That's right.
People for the first time facing evictions. Yes. Yeah.
It is so crazy to think how this, but and it's of nobody's fault other than it's just something that the economy does. We go through these cycles, and it could happen. Like I said, it could happen to any of us. And, I'm not even immune, and I'm in healthcare. I'm not immune from that either. Anything could happen where
scary.
They could cut back or something. I like to think my position is solid, but you just never know. You never know.
Oak Pretty, you're my kind of person. Oh, good.
That's good.
Then you're my
Oak. I know you too would.
But what's
just
Oak's
like
name?
that.
I want to know the name.
Carrie. Her name's Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. What else?
John Wiggs is my kind of person too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brazos Valley Soaps.
What happened with Brazos?
She says the screen is making her migraine flare up.
Oh, I'm
again.
sorry.
Yeah, I get that. I get migraines
Yeah.
often. And John Wiggs says Oak needs to be on No Judgment. Yeah, come on. If you got a story.
I'm quite certain Carrie could share some good stories, and if that ever comes to fruition, that's cool. Would love it. And it's on your own terms too.
Thank you, Rachel, if you're still on here. I hope Monday's show goes well as well.
And somebody else that was wanting to come in there, and Justin, Back Road Freedom.
Yeah, he said he emailed us. So
okay, cool. And Elaine's been on the show, so
she has on the show.
Might need an Elaine. Where are you now?
Yeah, we might. My guest. The guest on Brian's show tonight is at A Cabin and 50 Acres. He is new to the community. Please come and welcome him in. Absolutely,
for sure.
He sure
for
will.
Sure. And Brian too.
And John Wiggs, you need to be on my channel. Yeah, John, I'm just itching to get you on my show.
There's Corey and Cynthia Davis. We're running a little behind on the chats, but welcome in, folks. Love you guys too. And those folks right there would have a good story as well to share. Love those two.
Well, come on. I'd love to have you on my radio show.
Truly admire Cynthia and Corey, but I admire Cynthia for what she does and how she's overcome too. She's done a hell of a job.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone. Lori Carp.
Treasure. Oh, there's still, yeah. We're just getting down to the bottom now. But yep, we're waiting for some cold air, and I'm hoping Pretty and I can do us an outdoor fire pit shower. It's humid as heck here. I don't dare light a fire pit right now, but that's kind of what I've always wanted to do since I started doing these YouTube, is us have a live from outside in front of the fire, and we're getting near that time for sure.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for the prayers. I really do appreciate that. Tiny Farm Nuggets is here.
Howdy, folks. And MT Homestead, yep, they've been in here, so they've been sitting there watching, and them folks will be right behind us coming up. They had double duty last weekend with Brian on the Vineyard Farmhouse. And happy Veterans Day coming up, Memorial Day coming up. For all you folks that have served.
Thank you. Thank you to you and your families. And
for sure.
Sacrifice for all, for sure. I gave huggies today in the parking lot at the food store. It was great. That's awesome, Linda.
But going back to the Gifts of Hope coming up, I know Pretty and I, we've for years adopt families off the Angel Tree. We've participated in our community stuff to where, adopt a family as well. And one of the things that I've commented on her show too is, we are a random type people that just and it doesn't have to be anything particular, holiday or whatever. We randomly, it's just whenever God or the good Lord places it on our heart, and when he says, help those folks, whether we're in a store shopping for ourselves, shopping for somebody else, there's always a person in need. And I don't like to think that I've got the eye for it, but usually I'm nudged in the direction most of the time when I need to go bless someone because I'm blessed and take care of whatever their needs may be. And I just love it. And I think Pretty and I like to do it. And we look forward to this year because, again, random. We go shopping for ourselves, and we like to try to help somebody.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that the three guests that I had, Kevin Isaacs, Katie Hodges, and Faith Conway, they're the three within that little team or ministry, Gifts of Hope in Burleson, Texas. And I asked them how has being a part of this ministry for the last 4 years affected them or impacted them rather. And Kevin Isaacs said that when he went to deliver gifts to a family whose the father had, I think, injured or broken his back, or but they had 5 children, and he said that at first this man was just like, no, I don't need your help, I don't need. And then anyway, Kevin goes to deliver the gifts before Christmas, and it was just Kevin and the gentleman, and he said that this man, he embraced Kevin and just lost it, and I think Kevin said it felt really good because he knows now that that man knew or knows that God is hears him, that he hears him, and that he helps, in your darkest, deepest time of need, whether it's something that's monetary or not.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be monetary.
Exactly.
It could be the smallest of small. It could be just an act of kindness.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a labor of love. Anything.
A smile, a hug.
I mean, it's just endless, and a lot of just keep your eyes open most of the time. You'll see and notice what somebody might need or be in need of. And
I think especially this year, I mean, especially since the effects of COVID and the prices of food and gas and all that being super high. I think that's even some of the gifts that Gifts of Hope was asking for gift cards or $5, $10 so they can buy gas cards.
Yeah.
For the family, or groceries, because groceries, gas, I mean, you guys all know, we all know that everything is just skyrocketed. And with someone that doesn't have income except for his wife is working, it can be quite difficult.
Yeah. Of course, we all know the time, so it doesn't matter. 1 could be working, 2 could be working, and it's still not enough.
Okay, I'm going up to this, and Brian says, he's talking to Piggy, and he says, Piggy, just bring a post with you when you talk with Pooch. Probably because we were talking about the fence post last week. Piggy said, at Full Blown Country, we could. I'm very selective about who I get close enough to do so. I'll give hugs, but I'm not usually too comfortable doing so with the most. And it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. And I get you. I understand.
And then I was talking about the weather whenever you stepped out, and Susie Jacobson says that it's supposed to be in the 30s in Madison, Wisconsin, starting Friday.
Yeah, we're due for a cold snap too coming in. I think our highs next week are going to be in the 50s. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready.
Not too touchy-feely unless you want an order of protection. That's John. A TMI.
Dude.
About rubbing my legs. I'm sorry.
Who? What was that?
I think it says TMI. They didn't want to know about massagers. I guess, I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just really talking about the. I really didn't like people touching me until like hugs or touch and whatnot, until Mike came along and broke me of that.
Hey, Lori Carp, did we miss her somewhere? If you're in here, Lori Carp,
she is here.
Howdy, ma'am. Yeah.
All right.
Always like catching those folks, in other channels as well. And of course, I'm not showing, because y'all know it's hard to watch other channels all the time, full time, but I have been watching Mama V at Possum Run Homestead. And that woman has done some miraculous work with her own 2 hands and just impressed the heck out of me at the work she's put into her place, building her little cabin, her culverts, pouring and mixing the concrete and all that stuff. Woo! Yeah, she has been doing some major work with her own 2 hands. And just, again, very impressed with her. Hello, Pretty and Pooch. Krubby the Beagle. Howdy, howdy.
That's a cute name, Krubby the Beagle.
Heather Landstrom, new subscriber. Thank you, ma'am, for showing up and subscribing, and really appreciate you.
Yeah, reach out for sure, Carrie. I would love to
Oh my gosh,
hear your
yeah.
story and have you on my radio show. And
Carrie's an awesome young lady too. Really will love watching what she puts out, and she opens up as well. So I mean, it's just cool to hear her story, and it takes some courage to be vulnerable like that.
most definitely. I do though. Try to make you feel as comfortable as possible, and just give you an opportunity to share what you want to share, because I know that being vulnerable can be difficult. I've done it myself. I don't think I did a very good job sharing my story on my own radio show, but I love to hear other people's stories. I even had a young lady on there that was sex trafficked, and thank God she broke free.
I don't know. Baby's never have not shared her story yet with a lot of these folks. Have you ever?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Not here, but I mean, I will sometime. It's a long one. It's a lot, but we all have a lot, right? So for sure, yep, I'm happy to share. Who else?
And Carrie, on your show earlier with addiction and looking for those help, I definitely know about addiction. Went through it with my own son and his struggle with addiction, and woo, it's tough. And I'm sorry you had to go through what you have been through dealing with it with a family member. But boy, like you, I miss my grandmothers too, because such good memories with those folks. Baby got
Okay,
oh, yeah,
hold on. Sorry.
Well, we mess around and get way behind with these chats.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Welcome
it's okay.
anybody in. Score One with the big guy is here.
There he is. Howdy, sir.
Sorry we're late welcoming you in, but we're so glad that you guys are here.
Kind of just rolling with the flow, and it's probably better to stop when we get on the topic or whatever, and then kind of get to going again on it, because we'll catch the top comments that folks made on that topic most likely.
Oh, cool. Petite Jean River Homestead. I was a DJ at KYDS in Sacramento, and the 90s time slot was midnight to 3 a.m. That's awesome.
Whoa, heck yeah.
I love doing radio. I'm going on, I mean, not long, but almost 3.5 years, I think. And I've met a lot of amazing people who have been so open and
Pooch is thinking about starting him a radio show too. Why are you side-eyeing me?
Oh, my
goodness.
So.
3 Mississippi. Howdy, folks. If you're still on.
Yeah, if you're still on, welcome.
Thank you for pushing folks our way.
Good night, Dawn Ray. She needs to go to bed.
Telling you.
I know, this time change.
That just messes all kinds of stuff up.
Oh, that's so sweet, Linda. She's going to the mission to make meals and serve it and do the pots and pans afterwards. That's awesome.
Yeah, we love doing that too in the homeless. We haven't done it in a few years or a couple years because it's kind of crazy to think. I almost feel like we got pushed out of it because we were doing it and then just kind of all of a sudden heard a comment or two like, let some other folks do it. And I, well, okay.
Well, other folks need to do it.
And I get
it's a
it.
Great experience.
It is a great experience, and I love doing it.
FBC Cynthia wore your hat and shirt today.
I saw her with that hat on. I didn't catch the shirt, but I did see the hat. And thank you, Cynthia, for sporting some FBC. Actually, that was a pretty FBC cap with the pink lady on there.
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you for wearing that.
We need to get some more stuff in to make some more merch. I'm like a lot of other folks in here. I'm wanting to redesign my logo, and hopefully soon I can do that once I get caught up with stuff kind of just left laying over there on the floor.
He's got teacher shirts to make for where I teach.
got a lot of
He's
stuff
got
to do.
church shirts to make.
Uh-huh.
Christmas shirts. He's got family Christmas
member
shirts.
shirts.
He's got to finish up that box that's laying over there in its abandonment.
And there's that one, and then we have another show coming up that I'm sure
we do on the 10th of December. By the way, if you guys want, we have some sweat tops that sold super fast. They're on our Full Blown Country website.
Yeah, if y'all are ever looking and want some stuff that we produce, and I don't have any low merchandise for channel up on there really right now because sold it all, but feel free to go over to Full Blown Country LLC.com. And I don't know if Elaine could share that and check out some, because we do seasonal stuff, holiday seasonal stuff as well.
Tamara Brown says, praise God, it's real, very real. Been exposing them for 4 years, trafficking. Yeah, Tamara, I mean, she was lucky. She was in a dog cage and in the back of a trucker's trailer. And she happened to notice that he didn't latch the dog cage that he put her in. And he got out of the truck, went inside a restaurant to grab, I think, something to eat, and she got out and ran. She just ran. Maybe I should see if she can come on again, but thank God she was safe. Gary, Team Cash Show Australia says, in Oz, we have a promathon at the end of daylight savings, change batteries and smoke detectors. Maybe this is a way you can help someone elderly, disabled. May just save a life in more ways than one.
That's a good idea right there.
That is true. Susie says her son has been sober for a year now. I'm so proud of him. Yay.
Thank
Congratulations.
God. Yes.
It's hard. It is.
Yes.
It's hard. Addiction is hard.
That was my son. Got sober, unfortunately. Didn't get to see it through due to his death, but he got sober too.
Tiny Farm Nuggets had a bad wreck in '88, was addicted to pain meds for over 20 years, got off of them after getting good enough medical care.
Yep.
It does take work. It does.
Sure does. And I'm fortunate. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm fortunate. I was in a pretty bad accident, a couple, motorcycle and car, where just tore myself up as well. And, you know, I got hooked on painkillers during that time and Oxycontins and all of that. And back then in the 80s, it was freely prescribed to you. So, but I got to a point where, and again, thank God I realized, but I didn't function without it. And the narcotics and stuff did the opposite to me. They wired and amped me up. So I felt as if I needed those things to get through. But luckily, I realized it and was able to beat that on my own and just up one day and decided I was not doing it no more because I could tell I was headed in a bad direction with it. And just by the grace of God, I was able to kick that habit. And I do not like taking medication for anything to this day, really. So I don't even go to the doctor.
Brian said, would your radio show be called Talking to the Post? That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That is a
Pooch in the Post instead of Pretty and Pooch. It could be Pooch in the Post. Thanks, Brian.
That is a very good name. I love it. Thank you, Brian. Or Byron, 12 Stones Ranch. He put our link in there, as did Eileen.
Thanks.
That is the correct one.
Yeah.
Tamara Brown says, praise God, prayers up for her. She's got a long road of healing. Yeah, she sure did.
We need to do some updating on our website as well, but it's there anyway.
Honey Farm Nuggets, not a competition,
great.
but I endoed a VW bus 3 times and went through the windshield.
Ooh.
Thank God you're alive.
No lie. That ain't no lie.
Wow. And it says I was 6 feet before the wreck and 5'9" after the wreck. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Tiny Farm Nuggets, you speak of that, but wasn't there not too long one of y'all's videos where I think you totaled, was it the Ranger or one of your other trucks on a curve? I believe so, but I've laid motorcycles down, acting fool, and in car accidents myself from acting fool. But
I'm so thankful no one else was hurt.
that ain't no lie. Unfortunately, in one of ours, somebody was seriously injured, and nobody lost their life, but he was definitely injured and with handicapped for the rest of his still.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge wreck.
That was a huge wreck.
Yeah.
And
I mean, everybody knew about it in the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah. So
Bad thing. Bad thing.
But yeah, Mike, I'm glad that you asked me if I had shared my story. There's a lot to it. And I'm not ashamed or afraid to share any of it. There were some bad things that happened to my children and I, and then of course losing Ben, being raped by an ex-husband. He was drunk, and I think that's my trigger.
Understood.
Wow. But yep. Oh yeah, it's almost time to go. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to share my story sometime, but really looking forward to hearing from you, Carrie and Justin. You'll be on my radio show, but it'll also be broadcasting live on my YouTube channel. So so don't forget, you guys, if you get a chance this coming Monday to tune in to No Judgment Here with Tish Ross, my radio show is going to have, again, if you're tuning in late, it's I kicked off a Thankful Giving, Hope and Love month of shows. And Monday night, again, if you go to the Facebook page, what's the name of the Facebook page? Gifts of Hope, Burleson, Texas.
I wish we could share it. It's not available really to share right now, but it will be soon.
Yeah. And then also this coming Monday, that's coming is going to be a Where Are They Now and Thankful Night. And then I will do a tribute to Jennifer Pelletier and Amanda. They lost their lives to cancer, one to breast cancer and one to uterine cancer. And they did so much work with their lives regarding their diseases while they were here. And huge losses. They did so much good while they were here. So tune in Monday night. And thank you, Byron, for sharing that. And yes, awesome, Carrie. Be in touch. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to 9 p.m. So
yeah,
don't forget that MT Homestead is on next, followed by Brian and the Vineyard Farmhouse. He's going to have a great new guest that we get to meet.
Yeah, for sure. And again, all you folks that are here every Wednesday night and those that have come in and have joined as of late and are here, greatly appreciate it. Glad to see some of the new folks in here as well. And hopefully y'all have a good remainder of the rest of the week. Thanksgiving's coming, and I got to get something up on here besides our live right now. Hopefully I'll do something this week and get it out there. But
and also I just want to say, if any of you are struggling, to the point where you just don't know what to do next, you have the Full Blown Country email, and maybe this was something for somebody to hear on here, that pride is just one of those 7 deadlies. And people can't use their gifts and do what God has told them to do in terms of, I need you to go and bless people that are struggling. If we allow that the enemy, pride, to get in the way. So we need to push that aside, break the shame and the stigma, because there's no shame in receiving. It's a blessing to receive. It's a blessing to give. And so if any of you guys are struggling, just let Mike and I know.
Please feel free to reach out,
try to help
privately.
Yes.
And it stays
private. It stays private. Exactly.
And it's ironic that Oak was preaching the same thing tonight. Please get help, for anything. If you're struggling with addiction or whatever, mental illness, please just reach out. There's people out there that are willing, we do.
And I'm also talking about, like, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, if you're struggling financially, we don't have a lot, but if we can help a little, we would love to help.
Yes.
send you a turkey or
Something.
something. Just let us know. So, all right.
But enjoyed the night tonight.
Mhm.
And I'm
It was
sure
awesome.
maybe it was
I sure
awesome. It was a
did,
good
yeah.
night. And hopefully you folks have a remainder of a good night. And I know I'll see y'all over there with Brian in the Vineyard Farmhouse. Tell him Pooch sent you.
And
Pretty
MT
and Pooch.
Homestead.
Yeah. And MT Homestead. Y'all let them know Pretty and Pooch sent you over. And we will see y'all over there as well. But again, love you guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Everybody needs a friend named Pooch. And they call me Pooch.
And I'm pretty. I still need to come up with something, but y'all have a good night. Thank you, Eileen.
Yep. Thank you all, moderators. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it.